All right, so we're live.
Yes, we are live. You can start the meeting, Chair Semple.
Okay, very good. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting of the Committee of Adjustment for the Township of Cavan Monaghan to order this Thursday, February 13th, 2025. The first thing I'm going to do is to acknowledge our Indigenous peoples. We respectfully acknowledge that the Township of Cavan Monaghan is located on the Treaty 20 Mississauga territory in the traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Nations for their care for and teachings about these lands. May we honor these teachings. Thank you. Next, I would ask for any disclosure of pecuniary interest from any of the members.
None for me.
None for Paul.
Very good. And none for me. Thank you very much. Move on to consideration of the minutes of the previous meeting, which was held last August 22nd, 2024. Any questions or concerns about those minutes from the members?
No.
All
I
right.
have no questions.
Thank you. Then I would ask for a motion to approve those minutes.
Yeah, I will move to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Aaron.
And I'll second those. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to call a recorded vote. Chair Semple,
I approve.
Aaron Glover,
I approve.
and Paul Rosebush.
I approve. Thank you.
They are carried.
Thank you very much. Now we'll move on to the main item of business, the report from the planner regarding an application for a minor variance for 69 Highlands Boulevard. I'll turn it over to Matt.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Mr. Chair, through you today, we are discussing minor variance application MV-1-25. The variance is required to reduce the rear yard setback in order to permit a deck at 69 Highlands Boulevard. Before you is Planning Report PEB 2025-10. The report makes two recommendations. One, that the Committee of Adjustment review and consider all verbal and written comments received regarding this application. And two, that the committee approve application MV-01-025 with the condition that the rear yard setback of 1.25 meters or 5 feet applies only to the deck as shown on the site plan dated January 16, 2025. The owner of the property wishes to recognize the location of the deck, approximately 34 square meters, 366 square feet in size, constructed in the rear yard. The deck will be located 1.5 meters or 5 feet from the rear lot line. A site plan was submitted in support of the application and is provided as attachment 3 in the report. The subject property is zoned urban residential 1, subzone A, exception 1, or UR1-A-1. The UR1-A-1 zone does permit a deck to a single detached dwelling. All other standard regulations of the UR1-A-1 zone will apply to the property. Notice of the minor variance application was circulated by a first-class prepaid mail to all assessed persons within 60 meters or 200 feet of the subject property and to all required ministries, agencies, and township department directors. A sign was also posted on the Highlands Boulevard frontage of the property. After the drafting of the report, township staff have received one comment in support of the application from the next door neighbors to the west. Notice of the application was circulated to township building, public works, and fire department staff who have no objection to the application. Township staff received comment from the Autonomy Region Conservation Authority, ORCA, and they have no objection to the application, but stated that a permit from their agency would be required. The planning review. The Planning Act provides the test that must be satisfied in order to support on minor variance applications. The test is as follows. 1. Does the minor variance maintain the general intent and purpose of the official plan? The property is designated residential. The deck is a normal accessory to the single residential dwelling and is compatible with the house and residential neighborhood. The proposed proposed variance does maintain the general intent and purpose of the township plan. 2. Does the minor variance maintain the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw? The property is zoned to permit the use. The deck is naturally incidental and devoted to the house, and the construction deck meets all other requirements of the UR1-A-1 zone. The variance maintains the general intent and purpose of the bylaw. 3, is the proposed use desirable for the appropriate development or use of the land? The subject lands are in a residential neighborhood, with houses on the east and the west, and the property backs onto vacant lands to the south. The property is zoned and designated to permit an accessory deck. With there being vacant lands to the south, the deck will not be obtrusive to anyone to the rear of the property. The construction deck is then closest to the neighbors to the west, who have already provided their support for the application. The variance will permit the land use that's compatible with the existing development in the area, and therefore the proposed use is considered appropriate for the property. Is the variance 4, is the variance minor? A residential deck is permitted on the property. The variance will reduce the rear yard setback from 4.5 meters or 14.75 feet to 1.5 meters, 5 feet. The variance is minor in nature. After hearing public comments and considering all written submissions, the committee has the following options. 1, approve the minor variance with no conditions. 2, approve the variance with a condition. 3, defer the minor variance for further consideration at a later date. Or 4, reject the variance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions from members of the committee regarding the application?
I did just have one question. I think it was later in the report, but did you mention the lands to the south were owned by the municipality?
Yes, that's correct. These are, yeah, it's not shown on maybe the aerial map. So yes, those lands in the wooded areas are all owned by the township. That was done through the subdivision agreement at the time. So no one will be building back there in the future.
Any other questions or comments from the committee members?
No, none for me.
And none for me. I think Aaron's question was what I was going to ask as well. If there are no other questions, is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak?
Chair Simple. So there is one individual that's in the guest room, I guess is the word, and they have their hand raised. I'm gonna promote them to a panelist, and then they can go speak. It might take a second.
Thank you.
So you are promoted, Mr. Love. If you want to speak, please go ahead.
Hi there, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning. Like I said, I just really appreciate you guys for taking the time today to discuss this. New to the community and really enjoying Millbrook, and I think it's a wonderful place to raise my family. In regards to the deck, I didn't knowingly, intentionally try to violate the bylaws. I went with the local contractor who was highly recommended and had done multiple decks in the area. That being said, I do take full responsibility as it was my name on the building permit. I did rely heavily on the contractor though, as regards to the building and execution. So I do take full accountability for it. And yeah, I just want to obtain some closure so I can move on and just enjoy the community, and really appreciate you guys for taking the time today to discuss this. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Are any questions for Tyler from members of the committee?
None for me.
All right, and none for me. Thank you very much, Tyler.
Thank you.
That being the end of our discussion on this application, it would appear, I would ask for a motion, either to approve without or with the conditions that were recommended.
Sure, simple. I'll motion to approve with the condition laid out in the report that the setback apply only to the deck on the property.
And a seconder.
And Paul, I will second that motion.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, I'm gonna call the vote, Chair Simple. Aaron Glover.
I approve with the condition.
Thank you. Paul Rosebush.
Approved as stated. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chair Simple.
Yes, I approve with the conditions as well.
The motion is carried.
Thank you very much. Now that would appear to end our business for today. And therefore I'd ask for a motion to adjourn.
Paul here, I'll make this motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Seconder?
Yeah, I can second that motion.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna call the vote now. Excuse me. I'll just pull up my order. Paul Rosebush,
Approved, thank you.
Chair Semple,
Approved.
and Aaron Glover.
Approve as well.
It is carried.
Thank you very much. So we're adjourned.
Thank you,
Uh,
everyone.
Thank you for making out today in the bad weather, even if we are attending virtually, it is much appreciated.
Thank you for making it into the office.
No problem. I'm paid to be here, but I'm happy to be here as well.
All right. So have
Uh,
a good day, everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you very
everyone.
much, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Drive safely.
You too.